Welcome back to another Alliance War. For Loki, we are currently rank 10 going into the 10th war of Season 6. Feels pretty good to have the rewards kind of within our sights at this point. We don't exactly have Masters locked up, but if we can get another win, then we should have Masters secured, and those rewards are only a few days away at this point. We're going up against our old rivals at J11. This is a team that we played, I think, 4 times back in Season 1, and they beat us, I think, 3 out of 4 of those times. So yeah, these guys definitely are our old rivals from back then. I boosted up. I've got all lesser boosts on for this particular war, trying to see if I can get away with only popping the lessers here, the 10% and 15%. Also going to go ahead and pop on an invulnerability boost. For the first fight here, which turns out to be a Hyperion. So that invulnerability boost is going to save me if Hyperion does not feel like throwing his specials. Of course, you have a couple of outs whenever you're using Stark's Bite against Hyperion. The first is just, the fact that taunting Hyperion, and if you're able to refresh that taunt, will have a much higher chance of him throwing that special before he gets to a special 3. I did get pretty nervous there, though, since he did get close to a special 3. But ever since then, he's been willingly throwing them. You, of course, also have a heavy attack to power control Hyperion, but on a limber node, it can get pretty dicey if you can, whether or not you can actually get a heavy attack off. So that's really just a backup plan. End up throwing a couple special ones there to kind of close out that first fight. Wasn't too bad. Alright, the next node up, we've got Bane, Stun Immune, and it turns out to be a Venom. Okay, I was pretty happy to see Venom on this node. I know Bane is going to put in quite a bit of work here, and since I don't actually punch into Venom that many times, I know I'm not going to have to worry about really baiting out specials too much. I'm not going to have to worry about him getting to a special 2 and having to, dodge that special 2, which can get dicey at times. So I'm just going to do another 5-hit combo here. Hopefully he throws a special 1, which he did, which allows me to transfer Bane back over to him perfectly. And yeah, from there the fight's pretty much wrapped up. He's just going to be ticking down with that Bane and all those debuffs and everything. Get another good transfer here to finish things off. Alright, so second fight of the war is down, nice and clean. Moving on to the buffet node 24, buffet, limber, and recovery. Got a skill champion here, 5-star awakened skill champion at rank 4. Be taking this fight with Stark's Spidey. Just gonna kind of double check to make sure that my boost is still active, my invulnerability boost. Not that it's totally necessary to have for this fight, but it's always good to have that, kind of in the back of your mind, knowing that if you do slip up, if you do take a few hits, everything will be alright. Of course, against Agent Venom, however, if you get hit by something like his special 1 and that bleed applies, well, you are not invulnerable to that bleed, and that bleed can actually get pretty nasty. So anyway, just go ahead and build up my 10 poise charges, and from here, just going to be laying into Agent Venom and try to get myself to a special 2 so I can get the biggest part of my damage out. Whenever he throws his heavy attacks, I'm trying to back up quickly enough that I'm not getting the dexterity buff. This way he's not healing up from that. I'm going to do the same thing if I need to bait out a special. A lot of times I'm just blocking instead of trying to evade it. The L1 from Agent Venom, I do try to evade actually, just because you can get an opening after it. But let's say he got to a special 2, for example. I wouldn't be trying to evade it. Alright, next fight up, we have the buffet mini-boss, who is a Kingpin. Kingpin is a fight that I've taken on this node plenty of times before, but since this guy actually has killed me on this node before, it is not something that I take too lightly. So we are going to go ahead and just kind of heal up, get myself full HP with a couple of potions there. This node does not have any limber on it, but of course you can't really parry Kingpins, not reliably at least, because yeah, he has a very high chance to shrug off any and all debuffs. I actually get belly bumped right there, man. That one caught me off guard. Got hit with the big old belly from Kingpin as I'm trying to build up my poise charges here. I know I'm not going to do a ton of damage until I get my poise charges all built up. Trying to get myself up to 10 here. Just throwing those belly bumps, man. It's kind of feeling like he's going to catch me with those things again. So yeah, at this point, say forget the poise charges, hit him with the special 2. Just hope that he keeps throwing these special 1s. I don't even try to gain a poise charge off of his special 1. I just don't think it's worth it. If I slip up or something like that, the damage over time from it, it's just not worth it. I don't need the poise charge that bad once the fight is kind of, moving on. And there we go. Kingpin goes down. All right, next up, we've got we have someone who I've called Fake Heisenberg before. Shout out to Fake Heisenberg, who's sorry, man. Still didn't really mean to call you Fake Heisenberg, but that's kind of how I know you at this point. We've got explosive personality and aggression armor, and it is a regenerating Ultron, the Ultron Prime. So just gonna go in here with Void. Gonna try to do my best with not throwing my special one when he evades. I don't know about you guys, but it seems like whenever I get ready to throw a special against this Ultron, I'll do a 5-hit combo into special 1, and he'll evade on like the last hit, and then, I just throw my special into his block. Pretty annoying. It's something that you could probably avoid, but most of the time I don't avoid it. I think this fight I'm actually doing a pretty good job of it. I don't think he's actually done that to me here, but just trying to get enough debuffs up so that once he goes into his regeneration phase, he'll start to reverse that regeneration. It's not the biggest deal to reverse it. Sometimes I'll do whatever I can to not turn it off, meaning I won't parry stun him. But it's something that I shouldn't really be thinking about. If there's no nodes boosting his life, then the regen, reversing that regen from Ultron can be a pretty big deal, but it doesn't actually heal him that much in Alliance Wars. So just gonna go ahead and finish the fight there, and Ultron goes down. Alright, next up we have a Mystic Champion. Mystic Champion on node 42, the Arc Overload node, and this is a rank 5 Mystic Champion with that persistent charge, 0 persistent charges. That's the important thing. That's how you know it is a Morningstar. If there were 3 persistent charges, it would be a Mephisto, but it does turn out to be a Morningstar. I wasn't sure how big to boost for this. I decided on popping only a 15% health boost, thinking that it would be enough. I know I'm going to be taking a lot of that bleed damage back from punching into Morningstar, and I don't have any points in Coagulate at the moment. I do have Willpower maxed out, but no points in Coagulate. I go ahead and pop an Invulnerability boost here, not because I think I need it, but because it was expiring in the next couple of hours. So, I had to use it, otherwise it was just going to expire. So, go ahead and pop that on, and you're going to see that it actually helps me out in this fight, because I do make some mistakes here. First thing I'm kind of looking at is how much bleed damage I'm taking in relation to the healing that I'm gaining from Willpower, and it's not that bad. I'm taking it's about 140 damage every half second that's not getting healed back up, and once I have some debuffs on her, it's actually reducing that damage a little bit as well. So it's not too big of a deal. Trying to bait out special ones though, and boom, just kind of mistime my block. She ends up punching into my face. The invulnerability boost helped me out there, but that did give her enough power to get to her special 2. I try my best to not really push her to a special 2. I'm fairly comfortable at evading it, but it's just why take the risk? The special 1 is super easy to evade, where the special 2, if you mistime it a little bit, you're gonna get hit. But she is not willing to throw her special 1 at all this fight, so I decide, you know what, screw it, let's just go ahead and push her to another special 2 after this heavy attack. So there we go, start pushing into her, hit it with another special 1. We got Fear of the Void, so starting to deal some pretty good damage, and just need to bait out the special 2. There we go. I could have punished that. I don't know why I didn't. I just remember thinking I was a little bit nervous at this point, because I was losing a lot of health getting backed into the corner. Just, trying to play it safe, trying to make sure I didn't get hit by that special. That was my top priority. Alright, but Morningstar does go down. I was happy about that. Like I said, I wasn't sure if I needed to boost up more than the 15% health, but turns out that 15% health was all I needed. Alright, pulling up to the Fragglerock mini-boss here. It's another rank 5 champion. Rank 5 on the recovery and strike back node. And this fight can be a little bit of a pain depending on the order of debuffs that you get with Void. Because of Strike Back and how he gains a bar of power when you use your special, and because you kind of have to use your special against this guy once you hit into him a certain number of times, and to kind of stop his power gain, you know, both of those things can work together and actually get him to a special 3. And if Fragglerock gets a special 3, well, you're in for a bit of a bad time. So, just trying my best here to keep his power under control while stalling out the fight. I'm hoping, I'm kind of waiting for my next debuff to land, hoping that it's a Petrify, and it is not a Petrify. So I go ahead and throw my special, and you can see that, yeah, he got very close to a special 3 right there. Still not getting any Petrifies. It would have been nice if I could have hit him with a special 1. Maybe it would have been better to throw a special 1, even if it wasn't going to cancel out his power early on, just to get that Petrify going. I don't know. But anyway, just kind of still playing this waiting game, waiting for that first Petrify to land. Still not getting it. Next debuff to land. Okay, finally got Petrify, so now the fight's under control. My debuffs, they are stacking up pretty slowly though, since, you know, the timing of it all is kind of pushing me into using my special 2s. So, you know, the damage output is not as high as I would like it to be for this fight, but I'm not really worried about the time. Yeah, like he should be well below 50% at this point for me to be on like a good pace to kill him. But I know how Void's damage ramps up, so I know I'm in a good spot. Once Fear of the Void takes over, my damage output will go up quite a bit, and I'll have no more threat of any kind of power gain from this guy. I don't have to play around the number of hits at all, even though it kind of does play around it right there. That was just a total coincidence at that point. But anytime he would gain any power, whether it be from the node or from, you know, attacking into him, 20 combo hits, it doesn't matter. All of that is completely turned off with Fear of the Void. And now that I have Fear of the Void plus a Petrify, he's actually going to, his power is going to be going down. If you look at his power meter right now, it is going down. So we just end up hitting him with a special 2 here at the end, and he is down. Alright, so that is it for my path. A little bit of an annoying fight at the end there just because of bad RNG on the Petrifies, but did have a clean path, so happy about that. J11, they did take the victory here, so good war to J11. Looks like we still need another win here in order to kind of clinch Masters. So we're gonna be trying our best to get that win. This way we can finish in the Masters bracket. That is gonna do it for this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care.